Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of the Pink Property Podcast. I'm David Kirby, one of the directors here at David Lee. We're going to do something a little bit different this week. Rather than you have to listen to me and Lee, we're going to introduce you to Craig Armstrong. Craig's our associate who works in his hometown of Harlow, only 20 minutes down the road from here from HQ. He's a really successful agent and has been for a long time in Harlow, and he heads the David Lee brand down there. So we've sent Lee out into the field. He's going to have a wander around Harlow with Craig, who's going to give you an insight into what the market's like down there at the moment, what's selling, what's not selling, a bit about land and new homes down there as well. So hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast, and you'll see Lee having a chat with Craig.
Craig, thanks so much for taking your time out today. Just managed to avoid the rain. We are currently perched in the what is the bandstand?
The bandstand
in Harlow Town Park, which is really actually a lovely park. It's really nice, but sort of dodging the rain today. And I just wanted to talk through with you, for the listeners, to give an idea on how's the market, like what's happening here right now. You're a man on the ground, doing great business at the moment. Talk to us. What sort of buyer interest has been like at the moment in Harlow? What's the demand like?
Demand's really high.
Okay.
Supply is falling in Harlow. I think there's a bit of a blockage in the market in terms of people that want to buy tend to be people that need to sell.
Yeah.
And they're reluctant to come to market until they can find what they want to buy. And each are as dependent on the next one as the last one.
And that's causing blockages right the way down the track, isn't it? Yeah. But and in terms of the people that are moving, are you finding that the movement is inter-town movement? Are people moving around the town, or are you getting people coming from outside of the town now?
It seems to be more coming out, as Harlow always has. The migration tends to be your north east London into Harlow.
Yes.
And you guys covering Stortford and the surrounds there, probably noticing that the Harlow
then step again, they sort
take
of
the step up into
steps up, don't they? Come up the M11 and things, which is quite a common migration sort of pattern. And what's the sort of reaction been in the market to the sort of service that we're providing now, and the level of exposure that you're able to give clients? How's that being received?
I think it's been quite surprising. I know there's some of the other self-employed models that do operate. I think was the first to come in and really make an impact within the Harlow marketplace. And I think the level of service has been really well appreciated. That actually the same person that I talk to book my valuation is the same person I deal with right up to the day I hand my keys over.
And they like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I get WhatsApp messages at 9, 10 o'clock at night. Hey Craig, I've got to tell you tomorrow for the viewing I'm going out at this time. So or hey Craig, my solicitor paperwork came in today. I really don't know how to fill it in. Can you help? And the journey's almost become, they start off as clients and by the end they're friends. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the reviews that you're getting through on your Google page are unbelievable. Like, people are really appreciative of the work that you're doing, and I think that news spreads fast, I think people really get a grasp of what you do and want a piece of that, I think you are definitely providing a different level of service to what's available, because there are a few sort of stack 'em high merchants here that will put properties on the market but don't really do much after that point. And I know with the way in which that you work, you're completely committed to the end result, and the end result is moving. It's not listing a house and putting a pretty picture in the window for you.
No one phones an estate agent because they want to have a chat with us. Most people, other than when they need to know something about the price of their house or price, don't really want to particularly talk to us that much anyway, because the fear of the reputation that goes before. Probably caused by people chasing KPIs. I'll get this listing on. I'll get this listing on. Actually, the client doesn't want to put it on the market, so it's on the market. They want to move, and sometimes you've got to dig a little bit deeper as to why they want to move, where they want to move to be able to get to the bottom of what's right for them.
And how we can then facilitate.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I know you've been looking into a bit more now in the land and new home space, and there's lots of activity here in Harlow at the moment. Tell us about what you know that's coming up and some sort of developments that are ongoing.
The Strawberry Star are working on one in the town centre.
Yep.
So there's going to be lots of new units sort of coming in there.
Tell us about that.
So we've got, I think, 900 new units.
Wow.
I think, going in, ranging from 1 and 2 beds. There's going to be some commercial space there as well.
Yep.
The idea of it is to really try and keep in line with what Sir Frederick Gibbard had planned originally for the area.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited by the prospect of it.
A real regeneration of that area, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
And some smaller stuff as well. You're looking at pricing up some smaller plots.
Yeah, had a couple. Generally, there's a really high demand from people that want to be able to build and develop in Harlow.
Yeah.
I think the struggles they come up against are the prime developments are the hatches, so your Pollard's hatches, places like that.
Yeah.
Within Harlow, which are the small parades of shops you'll see when
yeah,
you drive.
Yeah.
And they've done a couple of those sort of Merrick Mead and places like that over by Potter Street and things like that. Trouble is that land tends to be owned by the council.
Yeah.
So the developers that are maybe looking at 2s, 3s and 4s don't really get much of a look in.
Right. Yeah.
Where they do get a look in tends to be private owners that have maybe got gardens too big for them, and you might get a nice pair of semis on there that could work. It's just getting that contact in, and so if anyone in Harlow has got anything that's like that, certainly give us a call. There's lots and lots of developers that are looking to do that and maybe put some money in your back pocket at the same time.
Brilliant. Oh, good. Well, look, thank you so much for your time today. Your knowledge of the market here is second to none. Please, if you have any needs and requirements within the Harlow area, Craig is your man. He is completely up to speed on all of the pricing around sales, lettings, and as I said there, land and new homes is forming a bigger part of his business. We'd love to be able to help you. Thanks very much for your time, Craig.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hope you've enjoyed this week's Pink Property Podcast and enjoyed seeing what Craig's been up to down in Harlow. If you want to see any more of his properties that he has for sale and for let, then check out his social media channels, which we've put below. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great Sunday.